Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. A man don't just fall in love. Nah. Before a man gives his heart away, before he says, she the one, he puts you through a test. And let me be clear, it's not the kind of test you study for. You don't get a textbook or a heads up. He ain't gonna hand you a sheet of paper with multiple choice. No. His test comes in real time, real life. Ladies, let me tell you something that a lot of folks don't talk about. But every grown man knows deep down in his heart when it comes to love, before he gives you that real commitment, that I'm all in kind of love, he's going to test your patience. And I ain't talking about no cute little test, like forgetting to text back on purpose or being late once or twice. I mean a real test. A test where he steps back and watch, a test where he slows down and sees if you'll ride it out or if you're gonna fold under the pressure. Now let me explain this. It's not about playing games. A real man doesn't play games, especially when he's grown and trying to build something serious. But what he will do is take his time. Why? Because he knows what's on the table. He knows love comes with responsibility, with vulnerability, with sacrifice. And he's not just going to hand over the keys to his heart without knowing how you handle the weight. See, a lot of women get frustrated in this phase. They start saying, he's wasting my time, or he's moving too slow. But what you may not realize is that this phase is the filter. He's not dragging his feet. He's watching your feet. Watching if you can walk beside him when the road is slow, not just when it's fast. That's the test. A man may pull back a little, get quiet, not out of disrespect, but because he's studying your reaction. He wants to know when things aren't exciting, when it ain't date night every week and good morning texts every day. Will you still be soft, still be patient, still be kind, or will you start pushing, pressuring, and panicking? Because here's the truth. Pressure don't make a man commit faster. It makes him run faster. But peace makes him stay. A lot of men have been through situations where they rushed into love and ended up regretting it. Maybe he chose the wrong one before. Maybe he gave his all and got broken. So now, this time around, he's cautious. He's saying to himself, I need to be sure. Not just sure about her beauty, not just sure about how we vibe when it's good, but sure about how she handles me when I'm not giving her what she wants immediate. That's where patience becomes the test. See, when a man's testing your patience, he ain't doing it to hurt you, he's doing it to protect himself. You want a man to love you completely, right? Well, before he does that, he needs to feel safe. Safe that you won't flip when things go off schedule. Safe that you won't throw the whole relationship away when it gets slow or uncertain. And the only way he can find that out is by giving you the opportunity to show it. With patience, a man knows that life ain't always sunshine. Sometimes he'll have setbacks. Sometimes he won't be able to give you everything you want right when you want it. He wants to know if you'll still look at him with love even when he's not showing up perfect. Will you hold the vision of what y'all could be even when he's still figuring it out? That right there is the patience test. And here's the thing, if you pass that test, you don't have to ask him for a title. You don't have to beg for consistency. You don't have to remind him to call. He'll do it. He'll want to do it. Because now he's seen something rare. A woman who didn't rush the process. A woman who trusted his timing. A woman who didn't need to control it to believe in it. That kind of woman, that's the one he gives his last name to. So understand, when a man is slow to commit, it's not always a red flag. Sometimes it's the green light to show him who you really are. Not just when things are good, but when they're slow, quiet, or unclear. That's when he sees if your love is real. Not just fast, but real. Ladies, let me be real with you. A man might love how you look when everything's going smooth, but he ain't going to decide you're the one based on the good days. No, ma'am. He's watching how you handle the hard stuff. Because any woman can be sweet when the bills are paid, the dates are regular, and the texts come on time. But a man, a grown man, he's looking deeper. He wants to see how you show up when life stops being cute. He's watching how you handle pressure, how you move in conflict, and how you react when you're uncomfortable. See, real relationships don't live in comfort. That's the fantasy stage. That's the beginning, when both of y'all are presenting the best version of yourself. But that don't last. Eventually, something gonna pop off. There's gonna be a disagreement, a delay, maybe even a misunderstanding. He might mess up. You might feel neglected. That's when the test begins. And he's paying close attention. When things get tense, he wants to know, do you fight dirty or do you fight fair? Do you shut down and get petty, or do you communicate like a grown woman? Do you call him out or do you call him in? He's not just listening to what you say. He's listening to how you say it, your tone, your timing, your energy, all of that. Because if every disagreement turns into a war zone, he's going to see you as a threat to his peace, not a partner in his life. And when pressure shows up, oh, best believe he's studying that too. Maybe his job is stressing him. Maybe he's not as emotionally available as you want right now. Maybe he's pulled back just a little, not ghosting, but pausing. And he's watching. Are you going to flip out? Are you going to blow up his phone, throw assumptions, accuse him of playing games? Or are you going to stay grounded, give him space to breathe, and wait for him to come back to you? Because how you handle that pressure tells him whether you can handle him. Every man has moments where he's not at his best. Times when he's trying to figure himself out, trying to build something, trying to carry weight. And when he's carrying that weight, he can't always carry you too, not in that moment. So he watches how you respond to that discomfort. Are you only present when he's pouring into you, or are you solid even when he's refilling his own cup? In conflict, oh, that's the big one. He ain't looking for a woman who agrees with everything he says. That's not real. But he's definitely looking for a woman who knows how to disagree with respect, who can challenge him without tearing him down, who can express frustration without hitting below the belt. Because a man's ego, let me tell you, is not made of steel. And if you crush it every time y'all don't see eye to eye, he ain't gonna feel safe with you. When things get rough, he's not looking for perfect responses. He knows emotions get heated, but what he is looking for is growth, self-control, emotional intelligence, the ability to pause, breathe, and choose love over drama. You ain't got to be perfect, but if you're reckless, every time something feels off, he's going to think twice about building something with you. Because storms are a part of life. He needs to know if you be calm in the storm. A man who's serious is watching all this without saying much. He might not point it out, he might not correct you, but he sees it and he remembers it. Because to him, how you behave under pressure isn't just about that moment, it's a preview of how life with you will be. He's asking himself silently, Can I trust her in chaos? Can I talk to her when I'm hurting? Will she listen when I'm vulnerable, or will she use it against me later? That's what's playing in his mind. So don't get it twisted. He's not just impressed by your smile or your beauty. He's impressed by your poise, by your grace when things don't go your way, by the way you hold space without falling apart. That's when he knows this ain't just a girl I like. This might be the woman I build a life with. Let me break something down for you ladies, and I want you to really hear this with your heart. A man watches your independence closely, not to judge you, not to compete with you, but to understand the difference between whether you need him or whether you want him. And yes, there's a big difference. Needing a man means you're lacking something, like you're depending on him to complete you, fix your life, or carry your identity. But wanting a man, that's something powerful. That means you're already whole, already standing strong on your own 2 feet, and you just desire his presence as a bonus in your already fulfilled life. And let me tell you, a real man, the kind that's built for love, marriage, commitment, he don't want to be your crutch. He wants to be your partner who's watching how you move. Are you making your own money, handling your own responsibilities, chasing your own purpose? Do you have your own dreams, your own passions, your own identity that exists outside of him? Because a strong man is attracted to strength, not loud, controlling strength, but quiet, unshakable independence. The kind where if he walked away, you'd still be okay, not bitter, not broken, just fine, because your joy wasn't attached to his presence in the first place. And it ain't just about jobs or finances. That's part of it, but it's deeper than that. It's emotional independence too. Can you manage your emotions without needing constant validation from him? Can you self-soothe? Can you handle a little distance without falling into panic or drama? Because when a man sees that you don't go into meltdown mode the moment he's not available, he feels safe. He feels like, okay, she's grounded. She ain't gonna flip just because I didn't text back in 1 hour. See, when you need a man to feel worthy, to feel beautiful, to feel seen, that's too much pressure. That's a heavy load for any man to carry. He don't want to be responsible for building your confidence every day. He wants to add to it, not create it. When a man sees that you validate yourself, you hype yourself, you comfort yourself, and then invite him into that peace, that's magnetic. That's the kind of woman he starts to chase. That's the woman who don't have to beg for love because her vibe demands it. Now, don't get me wrong. Men want to feel needed in the right way. They want to protect, provide, pour into you. But they don't want to feel like if they step out the picture, you'll collapse. That's not sexy. That's not partnership. That's pressure. And pressure pushes men away. But when a man sees that you've already built your table and you're just seeing if he can bring a seat, a plate, and something to share, now he's intrigued because you ain't desperate. You're discerning. You ain't chasing him. You choosing him. That independence you carry, it's not about being too strong to love. It's about being strong enough to love from a place of security, not survival. It's about saying, I don't need you to fix me. I just want to build something beautiful with you. A man hears that and suddenly the way he sees you shifts. You're not just a fling. You're not a temporary thrill. You're a woman he can trust because you've already built something stable without him. And if you could build that without him, imagine what y'all could build together. He ain't afraid of a woman with her own. He's afraid of a woman who depends on him for everything, because one day life will test you both. And when it does, he wants to know that if he slips, if he stumbles, if he loses his grip, you won't fall apart. You'll stand tall, hold him down and say, I got you. That's what independence looks like. Not just bills and business, it's how you carry your heart. That's what he's watching. That's the quiet test. And when you pass that, he'll never forget it. Now, let me let y'all in on something men rarely say out loud, but they feel it in their bones. Before a man shows you his soft side, before he breaks down his walls and opens up that heart, he's checking one thing first, your loyalty. A man ain't just going to hand over his soul to someone who might flip on him when things get messy. He's going to watch you quietly, carefully, because to him, vulnerability is sacred. It's not casual, and he's not going to risk giving that part of himself to someone who hasn't earned it with consistency, patience, and above all, loyalty. See, ladies, you got to understand this. Men are taught to be tough. From a young age, they're told not to cry, not to feel too much, not to lean on anybody. So when a man does feel safe enough to start opening up, it's a big deal. That's not just him trusting you. That's him unlearning years of silence, of armor, of trying to survive in a world that told him feelings make him weak. And before he lets that guard down, he's watching who you are when he's not at his strongest, not when he's being charming or successful or confident, but when he's struggling, when he's unsure, when he's tired. That's when the loyalty test begins. He's asking himself, can I trust her with the parts of me I don't show to anybody else? Because once a man opens that door, he knows there's no turning back. If he shows you the wounded, scared, insecure, or lost parts of himself, he's trusting you not to use them against him, not in a fight, not in a joke, not in a moment of anger. And make no mistake, he remembers everything. The moment you roll your eyes when he's trying to be serious, the time you dismissed his fears, the way you told your friends about a private conversation he shared with you. All of that gets stored in his heart, and it's going to affect whether he ever goes deeper with you. So before he opens up, he's looking at your character. He's seeing how you handle his silence. Because sometimes he'll pull back on purpose just to see if you get loud or if you get present. He'll check how you act when things don't go your way. Are you loyal when he's not performing, when he's not being romantic, when he's just being human? Or do you flip the script and start treating him like he's disposable? That's when he really sees who you are. Loyalty doesn't just mean sticking around. It means being emotionally safe, being steady, being someone who doesn't shift with the weather. And trust me, that's what a man is searching for. He might be testing you quietly, but he's doing it with intention. He wants to know if your love comes with conditions or if it's rooted in something deeper, because he knows love ain't just built on chemistry or attraction. It's built on trust, and trust don't grow without loyalty. Every man at some point is going to face something that humbles him. Maybe he'll lose money. Maybe he'll go through depression. Maybe he'll fail at something that matters to him. And in those moments, he's going to look around and ask, who's still here? Who's still talking to him with respect? Who's still encouraging him? Who's not throwing his weakness in his face? And if you're that person, if you stand beside him in that low place, you become unforgettable. You become rare. You become the woman he knows he can build with. But the opposite is true too. If you betray his trust when he's most fragile, if you gossip about his struggle, if you make him feel small, He won't say much, but inside,